bring on our next competitors in the $20,000 Pro Series Cornhole Championships.
Well, here we go, moving on in the quarterfinals. In the blue lane, Panama City Major Doubles champ from Bradenton, Alabama. Please welcome the 4-seed Randall Garrison. And in the red lane, ranked top 40 players in the ACO, seeded 12 for this tournament, from Lakeland, Tennessee. Please welcome Justin Drake.
Okay, Kat, as Justin Duke takes the center court, he's going to drop down his refreshment. He is up against somebody who had a very businesslike win in round number 1, that being Randall Garrison. Randall hailing out of Baileyton, Alabama, but these guys are going to get their down and back going, and we're going to see a 12 seed versus the higher seed 4 seed Randall. You can hear the Loco Crazies are in his corner big time.
Family, that Alabama-Mississippi crew is going to be loud this match, and you're going to hear him the whole time. Randall is super business. He is not like anything in his fan zone over there. He is going to be straight and to the point and straight up the middle.
Well, and again, we saw a very businesslike win earlier, and you can really feel it. He's one of those guys that when he gets dialed in, you really have to do something to break that concentration.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Randall is a slick side up the center. He's going to let Justin actually throw first bag on this down and back. Normally, the way that this works is blue seed is your high seed, so they get to go first. They usually do the same thing on the down and back. Sometimes that works to your advantage. I want to see what my opponent's going to do with his first bag.
Well, and some of this, like you said, is just getting used to the feel of the board and the bags after you've been off for a little bit. The humidity in the room changes. It does make a difference, and we'll get into that, the differences in these bags, boards, and this equipment. But these guys are getting ready to bring it to see who's going to make it into the semifinals again for a shot at $20,000. We're going to let Ryan LaBelle take it. He's our head official and whistleblower. He's going to get this game underway.
I'm ready. Bring it.
As LaBelle said, let's bring it on.
That was weak.
I'm interested to see how the talking between the players goes this game. Justin Duke likes to do a little bit of trash talk, and Randall's a very quiet person on the board.
Yeah.
We saw Justin Duke in round 1 just completely control the entire game. He barely missed a bag.
Well, he puts a couple up there because Randall unfortunately scoots one off the backside of the board. But I do love knowing that...
Randall's still going to get points out of that, though. Even with the one off the back. With Justin having the 2 over to the side, it did give Randall some points on that first frame.
And the higher seed always playing with the blue bag in the ACO Pro Series of Cornhole Championships. So if you're watching at home and you're trying to figure out exactly what the blue and the red, the difference is, not just to keep track of the bags on the board, but it also gives you an idea of who the higher seed is. Now, he has put a couple there as a little bit of a backstop. One of those gets dropped in. Thought possibly both of those might drop in there, but not as deep into the hole as it looked like from here. And I love this angle because it gives you an opportunity at home to look and see exactly what's going on. And it is a bit of an optical illusion at times.
It is. There are times that I kind of lean around and try to look at a different angle because the bag sometimes can be a little bit confusing to really know what's hanging, what's moving, what's not, how far these are. We keep talking about these OG bags and how they play so differently. These are not bags that are going to find the hole for you.
Yeah.
You have to do the work.
And I would tell you that one looked like it had eyes on it right there as it snuck up into the right side of the hole. But now you see Randall take a little bit of a half step to the right. He's going to go again, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. That man's got a nasty wraparound.
All right, Rich, we're seeing a very business-like approach here, like we saw from Randall earlier. That right there might have been a little bit of a coffee break, but certainly returning the favor there is Justin Duke.
Yeah, Randall has definitely been able to control the board up until this point. Well, still going through this point, which is a complete different game than Justin played in his first game.
Building up an 8-0 lead early here in this match. Randall Garrison wearing that championship jersey. A guy who certainly has earned his spot into this tournament and, of course, the quarterfinals. But it is very interesting, and Kat made a mention of this earlier. Sometimes you play, as you were talking about in the down and back, you want to see what they're going to do, but sometimes you start playing the way your opponent starts playing.
You do, and you know, the pace is always different for every player. Some player likes to play fast, some player likes to play slow. Justin and Randall play pretty close to the same pace, so you're seeing both of them stay pretty comfortable. Randall is someone that, if he needs to, though, will step back and slow himself down to have him reset that. I don't even know if you can hear me because that loco crazy fan zone over there is so intense. That is led over there by Randall's doubles partner, his son, Jackson Garrison, that also fought to get into this top 16 and just slightly missed it.
All right, well, a couple of bags sitting there waiting to find out what Randall's answer is going to be, but Justin was able to crack that goose egg on the scoreboard, so that's going to be big for him psychologically, if nothing else, here immediately.
Yeah.
Nice push there.
Randall went up for the airmail, and he was short on it. And because he was short on it, he actually knocked Justin's in. Justin's going to get 3 more points. And as long as Justin keeps first bag, if he continues to block the hole as close to the hole as he is, it's going to make that wraparound you saw from Randall earlier a lot more difficult.
Well, and both of these guys list their favorite shot as the airmail, but Justin much more comfortable, I think, with his flop shot. And that flop shot, Rich, as we were talking about before, is something that a lot of these younger players have developed, and they're able to bring it in around the side and, you know, kind of talk it up and over a little bit of a dog pile.
Yeah, it's not
oh, yeah, for sure.
From some of the older players. I think that they've been so consistent at throwing the airmail and the push and the slide that they haven't really taken it to try to put it into their repertoire shots.
The flop is a very unique shot. It is a shot that's designed to play with a stickier bag, but it's a stickier, tight bag. And these bags don't really play well, so that's why you're not seeing it as often.
Yeah, it came off. Yeah.
All right, we got a little bit of a break in the action here with the timeout. I think his microphone pack came off.
I don't know how to put this on.
There's so much energy in Justin's throw. It looks like he's shaking his mic off.
Yeah, how about that? Well,
I mean, I don't know how to put it on.
this right here is what you get.
Let's call a timeout on that.
Well,
let me make sure. Hold on one second.
I think that what we just saw there is called getting posterized. That's not one of those things that you want to show up on a poster. That pose right there, having somebody checking the back of your drawers.
The not so hot moment of cornhole.
Right. But we're back at it. Everybody's wired back up, wired for sound, and obviously results. So
Yeah.
I think now we look at ourselves a much tighter game than we saw early on, and I think it just took a minute for these two to get the feel for one another.
Yeah, and I think Justin's going to definitely need to make sure that he calms himself down. That last bag after the little mic check didn't really go like he wanted it to. He's going to need to make sure that he just gets that part out of his head. Any little small thing for these players can completely throw you off. You've got to figure out how to stay focused.
It's probably a little harder for him to stay focused when he's got Garrison's fan club over here screaming in his ear.
Oh, I don't want to be him right now. I really don't.
And he's on the closer side of the court to the fan zone, too.
Oh, my.
Well,
We saw that earlier with Zockline and Halbert. That slick side is moving so fast right now that if you put the speed behind it and the oomph that I like that word. I
sure.
like the word. The speed catches, clips it, flips it right
Flips it
over.
right over.
Does not do what you want it to do. You got to make sure that you're super accurate with that slick side today because it's just going to move all over the place on you.
Right. Now, I did, Rich, I did just get a note from the truck. They said that they have confirmed Justin has a noise-canceling beard, so I believe he is not going to be as susceptible to the fan zone noise there from the Garrison.
Well, I don't know what to say about that, Finn. I don't have one of those, and I can't hear anything that you're saying.
You have the noisiest beard in all of entertainment, my friend.
I'll take it as a compliment.
There, you absolutely. It makes a statement everywhere it goes. All right. We're going 4 blue.
Got a little reaction there out of the businessman, Randall Garrison. He threw that last bag, looked perfectly open and clean to clean up that to get a big spot. He's only going to get 4. Don't get me wrong, still a big spot,
Yeah.
but not as big as he would have liked.
Well, in a game like this, there is no such thing as only 4.
Right.
I think you were exactly right. That one had a huge arc on it right there.
The higher the bag when you're throwing slick side, the slower it is going to be when you hit the board. So Randall is probably trying to make sure that he can just kind of stay center, get the arc on it, make sure it's not so fast.
What a shot.
That was nasty.
That one, I think that one actually took Google Maps and found the route right around the left side on the west and dropped into the hole.
You think?
Maybe Waze. Is that what the kids use these days?
Yeah, I think there was a pinpoint on the way there that he wanted to hit, though, that he didn't quite grab because he wanted that other bag.
Mm-hmm.
Sticky ass bag.
You hear Justin Duke say, sticky bags. These guys normally they're so used to bringing their own things.
Sure.
The Pro Series Championship, they're not allowed to bring their own bags. It's not your own golf clubs.
Nope.
You don't know how they swing. They have got to be able to adjust to these bags, and they are so unlike to everything that they're used to.
Well, I would tell you this. If they stick like this and they continue to get up and hug each other the way they're doing almost vertically at some time, we're going to get a hold of Frank Gears. Speaking of sticking, get Frank Gears, the founder of the American Cornhole organization. We're going to go out and get that sponsorship for the sticky, icky bags. I think we need to do that.
All right, so Randall right now is trying to contemplate whether he wanted to take a timeout and go and look at these things or just take the chance and lay it up. Justin has one in the hole, Randall has one off. So if Randall can just lay up on the bottom of the board easy with the sticky side, he shouldn't disturb these bags. From my point of view,
That's crazy.
they do not look like they're going to fall. So Randall's going to aim for the bottom of the board here, try to just minimize and give up the 3 that points from Justin's bag being in the hole. Now, if for some reason
That'd be 4.
that bag falls, if he was to throw the bag, which he is not. So this is what you call a forfeited bag.
Okay.
Randall chose not to throw that bag and give Justin those points. So Randall's going to choose to give Justin 4 points instead of taking the chance and giving him 9.
All right. I also like to call that how I play all the time. My favorite move is called the forfeit. And you know what? I think that helps him reset just a little bit. I really do. There's an opportunity for certain. Oh, boy.
I don't know if you can hear it from the fan zone, but you can hear him say eat.
Eat?
Yeah, have you ever heard that one before?
No, when they say eat, I'm off to craft services.
Yeah, no, when they say eat, it means put the bag in the hole. You're eating points here if you can put it in the hole.
All right, very good. All right, well, I'll tell you something. I'm learning as much as you are if you're watching right now because I'm learning a lot of new tech terminology and the technology that we talked about with these old school bags as we might find ourselves in our last frame here with a 19-12 lead, Justin Duke over topper or higher seed Randall Garrison. These bags that we've been talking about, all the technology developed over the years by the American Cornhole organization. You can check it all out. You can buy it all at AmericanCornhole.com. That right there was a reset.
I do believe that's what you call a rollback, and it just saved Randall Garrison's game.
Yep. All right, Walmart, if you're listening. Those rollback bags.
Justin is speeding up the pace of this game, and I think it's what has gotten Randall a little flustered.
Or to his advantage.
It is. It's gotten Randall a little flustered. It's definitely worked in Justin's advantage. But if you notice, Randall slowed himself down just a hair enough that Justin can't fire. He doesn't feel as fire. Randall's going to try and go around here.
Boy, and you just can't get it to fall. And he even went slick side down, and you thought that might have had a chance to leak in just on the east side of the hole.
It definitely had the chance, but they are just not. Those bags don't give like that. It doesn't take a corner of a bag to make the whole thing fall in. You got to put more of the bag in the hole to make it fall.
Right.
Randall's going to get the points out of it. He's going to get that first bag, and that's not what he needed to do with
And he
it.
totally wasted it. Justin says he practices a couple of times a week, few times a week. Randall, a couple of hours a day. We'll see just whose practice strategy yields the result here. That's a tough bag right there.
It is, but Randall definitely has the capability of stepping out just like he did and grabbing this bag. It is his only chance of saving this game. That's probably almost better.
Yeah.
I kind of like that better if I'm him. Because of that right there.
Right there. And we've seen it how many times already?
Countless.
It's, you know, they talk in basketball a lot of times about the hoop seems to have a lid on it. Sometimes it feels like it's cutting straight across that hole like there's plexiglass.
It comes out of your hand and you're going, oh, it's in. It's perfect. It's golden. It's great. And it just sat on the back of the hole.
You know, it must be nice to have that feeling when the bag leaves your hand. I don't know that I've ever experienced that.
It's a great feeling until it does that right there.
The only shot I've got at that is when I'm unloading groceries that I feel good when the bag leaves my hand. But Randall set himself up here. I think we're going to be looking at ultimately an 8-bagger.
Finn, and you jinxed him.
I did it, didn't I?
You did it.
Please don't tell them I said that.
Oh, my. That is so disappointing
That's a
right
night-
now if you're
that's a
Randall
nightmare.
Garrison.
Come on, baby.
Randall's going to go for the block. It's your only option here.
Timeout.
All right, taking the timeout to find out what's going on down low. Now, last time there was a timeout, they both.
Let's see. Let's go down to Rich really quick and see what
I just gotta get one of
Justin's
those in,
quite
right?
looking at.
Justin, what are you looking at?
I'm just looking at, if I just get one of these in, that's the game. And it'd be
What kind of shot are you looking at?
I just got
Looking for a short airmail, or are you going straight in?
Frustrated there for a minute.
I don't know yet. It's
I'll give you a second to think about
All
it.
right.
So, quick note here. Justin's right. He only has to get one of those bags in. But if he goes for the airmail and goes off the board, and he only takes one of those in, this game is not over.
No, not at all.
And those bags, as sticky as they are, he doesn't hit it right.
How did that not go in? Not enough. What's the technical term? Oomph. Not enough oomph to pull that in from the right side. Well, and you
Just
know what?
one, right?
And he might have overthought it. He may have gone down there and overthought
I
it.
really think he did.
That's unreal. Tough luck, man.
He's, you know, Randall knows it's tough luck. He knows he got a break. He's got to take advantage here. But I think Justin really overthought it. I think he should have just shot the airmail like he knew how to do. He told us that's his favorite shot. He should have just shot it, knowing I only need one of the bags. Randall's going to do the same thing he did earlier, block.
That low block.
The low block is almost nastier than actually blocking right up on top of it,
Come on, baby.
because you block him down here from trying to go around.
And that just sort of leapfrogged the hole again based on hitting that lower bag.
Golly.
Wait, I don't think he's blocking as much of the right side of that bag there as he wants, but...
He wants to push it.
Oh,
And he
my
cleans it
God.
all up.
Are you kidding me?
Justin Duke deserved every ounce of that last bag because it was perfect. He had to hit that perfect to keep those things from jamming, and he cleaned house.
He could not have stood above the board and thrown it any better.
It was beautiful.
Oh, my God. Wow. All right, let's check out what's going on and what was behind that shot. Rich, standing with our winner, Justin Duke. How about that?
Justin, that was a heck of a last shot. How do you feel about that?
Incredible. It's a pleasure playing one of the best in the game. He made me nervous. I should have won it on the other end. And that shot right there just, sealed the deal. That's just how I feel.
That was a great shot. Took a lot of composure to settle down, especially after missing the shot from the other end. Settle down, push that shot through, and ultimately pull all 3 bags. Great shot.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I'll see you next round.
We'll see. Yes, we will. Hey, don't leave me hanging.
No, never.
Randall?
Agony of
You gotta be careful.
Randall. There's a great game, though. You actually controlled the first part of the match, and I think that it had to do with, once again, the tempo.
I had a 1 bag jump over when I had a good chance to score, and it kind of rattled me for a minute there. And had a couple times where I had some bad breaks. It felt like should have went my way, and it fell his way. So, I lived to fight another day.
You will live to fight another day, and with the group right behind you, you'll have many days to fight.
They're always back there behind me.
Good job.
Thanks, man.
Well, I would tell you, just because those in the fan zone there are going to be a little quieter than they were, it's not going to get a lot quieter in this arena right here as the approach to $20,000 continues. And I'll tell you something, there are a lot of great cornhole bags to be thrown, a lot of great shots to be called. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, my partner here in crime. Kat, Halbert, I'm telling you something. You've been nailing it. You've gotten it exactly right. I am in awe of your prowess. It's time to get on to the next match. You ready?
Oh, they're just going to get better. This one is going to be insane. Let's go to Rich.